Welcome to the News at 10, and thanks for joining us. I'm Abby Wilt. A critical vote in Washington could determine whether tens of thousands of Idahoans keep their health insurance. Aspen Shumpert joins us live now in studio. Aspen, what's the latest now on the Affordable Care Act?
Abby, the House voted yesterday to extend ACA subsidies, but now it faces an uphill battle in the Senate.
It is a tremendous amount of stress.
Jennifer Beezer is one of tens of thousands of Idahoans facing health care coverage uncertainty if enhanced ACA tax credits are not extended.
I have an education. I followed the right path. I did the things that they said to do to have a profitable life. I have no savings, a lot of debt, and no access to health care.
She spent 15 years working as a clinical dietitian with health benefits at a local Boise hospital.
We had pretty good health coverage. It was steady.
But when she joined a nonprofit in 2018 without benefits, she and her two kids qualified for ACA subsidies until her employer invested in a small business health benefit program.
It forced my kids onto a different healthcare policy, so I carried for the last two and a half years, two healthcare policies. With a cumulative deductible of about $26,000 a year.
She says she was still paying $900 a month out of pocket for medical bills. And as a single mother, the cost became too much.
I literally could not afford to stay in that job anymore because our healthcare costs were tremendous.
She says she left her job to freelance in order to requalify for enhanced ACA tax credits. But now that continued access will be decided by Congress. Thursday, the House passed a bill to extend the subsidies for 3 years.
By not extending the ACA tax credits, the folks who are voting against this are basically relegating families to have to weather those costs on their own.
Gary Sandusky, an advocate for the subsidies and organizer at the Appleseed Project, says not everyone seeks care without coverage.
And uninsured people tend to not fare well. So we have numbers that indicate that 80 people per year could die as a result of being uninsured.
He says the Senate hasn't favored an extension in the past.
If I were a betting man, I would say it's unlikely that it will actually pass the Senate. Because the battle lines have been drawn so starkly.
If it fails, Beezer says she's facing an impossible equation.
We will not have health insurance. And based on my income projections for the next few months, which, hopefully increase, but right now we would fall back to Medicaid.
But even that safety net is uncertain in Idaho, where lawmakers are discussing repealing Medicaid expansion.
If they repeal expansion, that's me. We're out.
Despite the long odds in the Senate,
I remain hopeful because the opposite is too stressful to consider.
both Beezer and the Appleseed Project are hoping Idaho's congressional leaders hear the message trying to be sent ahead of the Senate taking a vote. Of course, we'll be watching closely to see what the Senate decides. Abby.
Yeah, thank you, Aspen. Definitely something that affects a lot of Idahoans, and we'll definitely be watching to see when exactly that vote will happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.